Are you finding yourself stuck, running around in circles, unsure of what to do or if you are capable of doing whatever it is that you want to do? Well, perhaps your self talk has you stuck. I know last week I was deep into that. And when I asked my guides for help, they shared a couple of techniques that really have made a difference. And if you're interested in finding out what these techniques are, then grab a cup of coffee and join me in the cafe. Well, welcome to the Cafe. I'm Elizabeth and I'm here with my guides. This is the place where we help you discover your passion and master your energy. Well, like I said, if you are feeling stuck, feeling like you're going around in circles, which I know I was last week because of how heightened the energy in the and this world is, I ask for guidance, and always when you ask, you receive. And I'm going to share a couple of the insights that they shared with me. Now, first of all, you know, our thoughts and emotions will direct the energy. And what we're all about on this channel is learning how to recognize and then take responsibility for um, the energy as it's flowing so that we're not running up against a wall or running around in a circle, that we're able to maneuver and glide and accomplish our goals. Well, the first way of getting your thoughts under control, like they say that we have over 10,000 thoughts a day. And those thoughts, 80% of them are negative. Hmm. Okay. And since our thoughts create our lives, we really want to get a hold of what we're playing on our recorder that is broadcasting out there and creating our life. So, you know, the first thing is, now when I say that 80% of them are negative, I know that many of you went, "Ah," and started beating yourself up. Well, really, most of our thoughts that we have, our belief system is unconsciously there. It's like you have a recorder on, and then by the time that you've reached the age of 7, that recorder is so full up that it just gives you, it keeps playing back in a loop opposed to bringing you new thoughts. And thus you consciously choose those thoughts. I can't, I'm not enough, I'm too this, I'm too that, I can't do, I don't know. It is one, I've given my little voice in my head a name. I've identified her. She's Miss T, and Miss T can be very negative with herself. Not so much with other people, but with, being raised by a perfectionist, we tend to pick up traits that you- w- we tend to pick up traits from our environment. That's what we learn. And until we decide that until we realize that we have control, we have the power to change those thoughts. We have the power to, one, recognize, "Mm-mm, that's not what I want to be. And this, but I am. So how do I change that thought? First, Miss T needs to have something to do. I talk to the voice in my head, and because sometimes she's like a yapping dog, and just gets to yapping, 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 yapping. And so all you can do, you get so tired of hearing it that your energy is being spent in the wrong way. So taking time to first give her a direction, having goals, being able to treat the voice in your head, the negative Nelly in your head, um, to give her an assignment, to tell her this is what we want. So sit, be still. This too shall pass. When she wants to point out what's going on in the news, perhaps you need to turn off the news like you would with a child. You turn off something that you don't want them to continually to focus on, and you give them something that you do want to focus on, because ultimately, don't we all want to be happy and healthy and prosperous? you know and notice the order that I said those things in: happy, healthy, prosperous. Too often we focus on the prosperity, and we will do anything to get the money, opposed to looking and saying, I need to be happy. I my health is my wealth. And then the money will come to you. But it all begins with the thoughts that you have, and choosing the thoughts that you want to have. So we talked about that. Let's talk about how to work with it first. If you have a goal, if you have a destination that you want to reach, whatever you want to do, be, have, if you have that as your target, it helps you to keep your focus narrow, opposed to spreading your energy all out. Um, and if you don't know what you want, because I ask many of my clients, what do you want? If you can determine what you want, then we are ready to move forward. And I'm not asking you to decide what you want for eternity. No, what we're saying is, what do you want for now? Let's narrow it down. What do you want to accomplish for the rest of this year? What do you want to do? What do you want to be? What do you want to have? Do you want a promotion? Do you want to learn a new skill? Do you want to start a business? I don't know, but you need to choose and understand there is no wrong answer. And if you can quiet down negative Nelly and just have her sit, you can hear the guidance. Your intuition will kick in because remember, your intuition is the still small voice, and if Nelly is running around being really, really loud, it is impossible for you to hear. So we're going to first choose a destination that where we're working towards. So Nelly won't be hopping here, there, and everywhere. All right. And if you don't know what you want, I invite you to sign up on the waiting list for uh we're going to do a our class on what do you want, helping you to ask yourself the questions to clear out some of the clutter so that you can hear and you can decide. So the first thing we're going to do to get negative Nelly going in the right direction is we're going to choose a destination. Second thing that we're going to do is when she gets to yapping, 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 breathe. Your breath has so much power. Just take a couple of deep breaths. The Joe Dispenza has several books that he talks about how our negative thinking truly brain um, brain elasticity. Anyway, check out Joe Dispenza because if you need to have documented proof that your negative thoughts are truly affecting you, he has done studies upon studies upon studies to prove it to you. Okay. And one of the techniques that he brings up is to breathe, to take conscious breaths to bring yourself back to the present. Because generally, Nelly is talking about stuff that the past or worrying about stuff that's going to come. So bringing yourself back to the present and looking at what you do have and focusing yourself on those things that bring you joy will help to quiet her down. Okay. Another thing that I've been using lately is coloring. Go back your hand to the paper and just color, and you'll be surprised as to how it tends to quiet your mind. It's like with a child, when you give a child that an activity to do, they're quiet, they're happy. So for yourself, get you a coloring book, and you don't even need to get a coloring book. Just get you some crayons and just make circles, make lines, just put on some music Music is another powerful tool to quiet down negative Nelly. Music has you can choose music that has the vibration to ground you. You can choose music that has the vibration to uplift you. Look at any movies. Lately, they've been pointing it out to me, and I'm realizing how on what you're watching on TV, how it is enhanced by the music. So, what music are you playing? What is your background music to your life? Is it uplifting? Is it soothing to, to negative Nelly and having her sit down so that you can hear? Get up and move, because sometimes when the energy is raging up and down, you just need to throw it off. Wave your arms back and forth, move your body, get up and walk, dance to the music. But you have the power to choose what you're thinking, and only you know what thoughts you're thinking. So, if you're ready to become a deliberate creator, if you're ready to move forward in cr- creating the life you desire and deserve, I'm here to help you. If this video, if this message helped, please do comment. Um, if you have questions, drop them down in the comment. Like this video and subscribe to help me get this message out. I am back, committed to really assisting all of you highly sensitive, natural born leaders become the leaders you were meant to be. And you do that first by learning to lead yourself, to lead yourself with the thoughts that you choose. So let's breathe, color, move, and have some music. I am Elizabeth. May light, love, and plenty of laughter accompany you on the path. May you have a blessed one.